Good morning, W.W. Robinson. Today is March 15th, 2019. I have Justin with me this morning. How are you, Justin?
Good.
It is finally Friday. Was this a long week or what? I thought it was a very long week. You all only have 4 days, but the teachers had 5, so it felt very long. All right, so let's see. It is day 5 in our rotation, and Justin, tell us what's for lunch.
General Tso's chicken, vegetable fried rice, tossed salad, beets, grapes, pineapple chunks, choice of milk.
All right. That's not as good as Asian chicken chunks. Those are in 2 weeks. I think I can make it till then. Do you think? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And let's see. We have Estella here to tell us about the weather. So slide back. Oh, your screen. All right, Estella, come tell us. What is the weather today?
Sunny.
It is sunny. Yes. Was it warmer this morning? It was warmer. I'm loving that. How about you? Do you like going out for recess?
Yes.
It makes it a lot nicer to go out for recess when it's warm, doesn't it? All right, there you go. Thank you. And we have Steele here to lead us in the pledge, so please stand. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Steele. Good job. Please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you. All right. Let's see. We have some birthdays today. Celebrating a birthday today, we have Braden Bowman, Blake Steiner, and then this weekend on Saturday, we have Mason Pope, Noah Ryman, Devin Stanley, Emma Vieira Romero, and then on Sunday, which is St. Patrick's Day, we have Grace Bustrong, Aurelia, Garcia, Caden Smith, and Colin Stanley. So happy birthday to those folks. Hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. We also have some staff birthdays. Celebrating today is Miss Seabrook, and on Sunday is Miss Jody in the office. So be sure to tell them happy birthday when you see them. And let's see. Do you have any shout outs this morning?
Blake in Miss Henry's class, Brandon in Miss Henry's class, Miss Henry's class, Miss Weimer's class, and Mr. Gerard's class.
All right. There were only 10 minutes left until the bell rang. Then I had art class, then PE, which I got to sit out because of my wrist, then back to Miss Blaine's class, and then the day was over. I looked over at Elvis, and he had licked his plate clean, literally. Hey, do you want the rest of my lunch? He said, finishing my sentence. Elvis cocked his head to the side, and I turned to see what he was looking at. I heard chanting, low and rhythmic. It took me a second to figure out what everyone was saying. New kid, new kid, new kid, they chanted. Coach Connor stood up from the teacher's table and blew his whistle, and the chanting stopped. The man doesn't go anywhere without wearing his whistle. Like, I bet he wears it in the shower and sleeps with it. Then I saw him, the new kid everyone was talking about. He was standing by the cafeteria cashier, scanning the room for a safe place to sit. I recognized his expression immediately. It was terror. Just looking at his face made my stomach hurt, so I looked away. Hey, you should wave him over here, Elvis suggested. What? No way. Benjamin, he's new. He doesn't know anyone. We have room at our table. You mean the table no one is sitting at because I don't have any friends? So now you want me to risk falling even lower on the scale of nobodies in this place by inviting the new kid to sit with us? Didn't you see what just happened a minute ago? I had two of the meanest bullies in the entire school fighting over me. I'm already a target, and now you want me to basically shoot off a flare gun so we can have a second go round? Forget it. I don't know about you, but I'd like to make it to art class today. There's a popsicle stick log cabin project I'm trying to finish. It's the right thing to do. Says who? Says me. And you, of all people, should be empathetic to his plight. He's new and alone. You can add him to your pack. Shut up about my pack. I'm not a dog. I'm a kid. If you want to add to your pack, you go over and sit with him. Elvis let out a short, sharp bark, and everyone turned to look at us, including the new kid. This was a disaster. A new emotion flashed over the kid's face. It was just a split second, but I caught it and recognized it immediately. It was hope. Now I really had no choice. So I waved him to come over to my table. He smiled and headed our way. I turned to Elvis, happy and basically a sitting duck now. What does that mean? It means you have no right to boss me around like this. You're new and you don't understand how elementary school works. It was the right thing to do, Elvis insisted. So what? Don't you get it? You're the dog and I'm the master. I'm supposed to tell you what to do, not the other way around. First off, I'm not your dog. And second, in this pack, I'm clearly the alpha, which means I'm in charge of you. Oh, here we go. How could I possibly forget? All you do is remind me, you're the president's dog. I get it. So go be the president's dog then. I'll wear my stupid helmet tomorrow if it means you'll stop meddling in my life. You do realize you're only making my life harder for me, right? And don't forget, you threw me out of a window. I did it to save you. You did it to show off. I thought you were here to help me, to protect me. But no, what you're doing is making me an even bigger target than I used to be. Benjamin, calm down. I didn't mean to make you so upset. I just wanted you to do the right thing. And just then the new kid put his tray down on the table. He looked at me, then at Elvis, and realized we were in the middle of something serious. I forgot my milk. I'm going to go get it. May I get you or your dog something while I'm up there? He asked. No, thanks. The new kid walked off and we went back to our fight. I know it's the right thing to do. I'm not stupid, but it's easy for you to be all high and mighty about you doing the right thing when you're big and strong and smarter than everyone else. But it's not so easy for the rest of us. You don't understand what it's like to be me. Don't tell me I don't understand. I understand plenty. I'll have you know I was born the runt of my litter, and in the dog world, that means I was born a nobody. A lot of times the runt doesn't even survive. You know why? Sometimes the mother rejects the runt and doesn't feed it because she wants to save her milk for the other puppies, the stronger ones. Are you going to tell me you were kicked out of your litter and raised by wolves or a duck? Or better yet, you went out into the woods and built yourself a doghouse out of twigs and survived on berries? I asked. Don't be a smart aleck. No, my mom didn't do that. But it could have happened. And I will tell you one thing. My litter mates shunned me. They never let me hang out with them because I was scrawny and small. When I went to get water, they flipped me into the water bowl. They called me Puny Pembroke or Tiny Whiny Woofy. But you know what I did? I'll tell you. I ate a lot, I slept a lot, and I studied a lot. I trained 4 times longer and harder than every other dog. I asked a lot of questions. I observed the world around me. And though everyone said there was no way I would ever get picked to be anyone's dog, I never believed it. I knew I was special. And I knew I worked harder than every other dog. And 2 years ago, when word on the farm was that the president of the United States was coming to select a dog for himself, I was prepared. Lola Beth was so excited about him visiting that she read everything about him she could get her hands on. I knew his favorite color. I knew he had a good sense of humor. I knew he had a childhood dog that played dead when he pointed a finger gun at him and went bang, bang. So when he pointed that finger gun at me like I hoped he would, I staggered around and flopped over and played dead better than any other dog in the history of the world. And he picked me. So don't tell me I don't know what it's like to be the underdog. I know plenty. Don't let anyone tell you who you are, Benjamin, especially when they don't even know you. Be who you want to be. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't really have a response because that was a pretty awesome story. But I was mad, really mad, and I sort of lost my temper. You know what I think? I think you're lying. That's it. You're a liar. Liar, liar, furry butt on fire. I don't believe any of it. I don't believe you were the runt, and I don't believe you're the president's dog. I think you're making it all up so you can act superior to everyone you meet and hog all the attention for yourself. Oh boy, I knew I'd crossed the line right at the exact moment when the words came out of my mouth, but I couldn't stop myself. Luckily, the new kid was back, standing next to me with 2 cartons of milk. He looked at me, and then at Elvis, and then at me again. Did you just call your dog a liar? I did. Here, you look like you could use some milk. He held out one of the red milk cartons toward me. I didn't know what else to do, so I took it. He sat down and calmly ate his lunch. My name is Benji, I said, so I guess from all the chanting, you're the new kid. Yes, I started school 2 weeks ago. I think my first day was the day you had your medical emergency in the hallway and went to the hospital. My name is Alexander Chang Cohen, but I go by Alexander. I appreciate you inviting me to sit with you and your Newfie dog. You know the breed? I have total recall, which means I remember every single thing I see, hear, experience, everything. I think I saw a picture of a Newfoundland in a book once. Lewis and Clark had a Newfie. He's very handsome, regal even. Well, don't get too used to him. He's not even my dog. He's a temp. I'm just waiting for my real dog. Oh, this is when I noticed Alexander didn't have a backpack, but instead had parked his rolling laptop bag next to our table. Oh, now it made sense. Hey, now I remember seeing you that day, actually. It was one of the last things I remember seeing before my episode. I immediately pictured Alexander's rolling laptop bag in my mind. Wasn't Billy Thompson giving you a hard time? Yes, if hard time you mean by dumping all my stuff on my head and then proceeding to kick it all over the hallway. I'm still finding things with his sneaker print on them. It probably would have gotten worse, but you had your... He trailed off, suddenly realized maybe it was a sensitive issue for me. You mean my seizure? Well, at least it was good timing for you. So you saw the whole thing? I did. And I guess you remember it pretty well, huh? I remember it exactly. It was scary to see. Did you want to know something about... Alexander didn't get to finish his sentence because a carton of milk sailed across the cafeteria and hit our table like a bomb, sending milk everywhere. I was stunned. Before I could react, another one came straight toward my head. Elvis leaped in the air and hit him instead of me. I couldn't believe he took a milk carton in the chest for me, just like that. I guess he wasn't kidding when he said he'd take a bullet for the president. Next thing I knew, Elvis grabbed me by my shirt and pulled me under the table for cover. He was already going after Alexander when the third milk carton hit. There was total chaos in the lunchroom. Kids screamed, teachers shouted, and Elvis barked a totally different bark than I had ever heard before. The bark was deep and scary and very serious. I wiped my face off on my t-shirt and I looked over at Alexander sitting calmly under the table with me. You okay? I asked. Me? Oh, sure. Do you regret asking me to sit with you now? No, I said, but I didn't know if I meant it. I'm not sure if I would have done the same if our roles were reversed. I like to believe I would have, but I can be a big chicken sometimes. Anyway, you were really brave to put yourself out there for me, especially knowing there would be consequences if you did. I'm just happy it wasn't a milk carton full of ketchup and peas. Oh, that's disgusting. Did that happen to you before? Yep, it happened at my last school. But lucky for me, the kid had bad aim, so it missed me and hit our vice principal in the back. Alexander cracked up, and just the thought of a milk carton full of ketchup hitting Principal Kreisky made me crack up too. Pretty soon, the two of us were hysterically laughing under the lunchroom table. Elvis finally stuck his head under to check on us. I got to get you two out of here. How do you two feel about crawling through an air shaft? I tend to get a little sweaty in small confined spaces, I said to Elvis. Alexander thought I was talking to him. He looked worried. Me too, and there's always a rat up there, and I don't like their beady eyes. Me too. Wow, Alexander and I were so much alike, I couldn't believe how easy it was to hang out with him. So we're going to stop there for today. I'm kind of wondering, though, the way that Alexander answered that question, if he was able to understand the dog. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Because he said, I got to get you two out of here. How do you two feel about crawling through an air shaft? And all Elvis said, Benji said was, I tend to get a little sweaty in small confined spaces. And then the other boy said, me too. I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe we'll find out the next time we read. So you can choose to be the kind of leader that you would follow and make it a great day. So long.